Wow. YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video. Brock Purdy is active tomorrow and will start against the Cincinnati Bengals. This is massive news for the 49ers. Brock Purdy simply defied all odds, was way ahead of the concussion protocol in terms of being cleared to play from the jump. Obviously, we know Wednesday, when the news broke that Brock Purdy was in concussion protocol, everybody kind of immediately figured and thought that Brock Purdy was not going to start this upcoming Sunday. But instead, Brock Purdy was like, look at me, watch me. He practices the next day on Thursday as a limited participant. Friday, he was a full participant. I thought, obviously, he was a limited participant yesterday, but Schefter mentioned today that he was a full participant in yesterday's practice, and I just found out about that today. So had I known that yesterday, I would have probably told you guys, yeah, he's playing. I mean, I think everybody would have thought, had everybody known that he was a full participant in yesterday's practice, I'm pretty sure everybody probably would have got the hint that he was going to be playing. So, again, massive news for the Niners. This is great news for the team in general. And I'm not saying that I wasn't necessarily confident that we still could win the game against the Bengals, with Sam Darnold being behind center. But, God, it makes me feel a whole hell of a lot better that Brock Purdy will play. And with me knowing that, I think every 49ers fan out there feels a little more confident about tomorrow's game, knowing that Brock Purdy, will be starting and will play tomorrow. We need Brock Purdy. He's clearly, obviously, there's a reason he is the starting quarterback. When you lose your starting quarterback like that, at the time it came, it's a really sticky situation because, I mean, you can't stress this enough, but the 49ers need a win badly tomorrow. They need to get back in the win column. And I think tomorrow it starts with Nick Bosa and that pass rush getting home. But yeah, the 49ers desperately need a win. It's a situation where, both teams really need a win. But I think the 49ers need to win a little more than what Cincinnati, does. So, yeah, massive, obviously, news for the Niners. Brock Purdy will be active and will start tomorrow. So, yeah, like I said, I feel a whole hell of a lot better knowing that Brock Purdy, I feel a whole lot better about winning this game knowing that Brock Purdy will be the starting quarterback. Again, I don't think Kyle or that, 49ers organization would have ever once thought about putting Brock Purdy in a situation to hurt him long term. And I don't think that's the case at all. I know Brock Purdy, knowing how Brock Purdy is, I don't think Brock Purdy would have ever practiced if he felt like he couldn't practice. So, again, I mean, here's another thing, too. A lot of people forget that Brock Purdy played the entire Monday Night Football game. There wasn't a time, in that game where he came out because of that concussion. So, I mean, in the very beginning, I kind of figured that this whole concussion thing was mild to, like, it wasn't a severe concussion whatsoever. It was a very light concussion, if he had a concussion at all. But knowing, of course, that he continued and played throughout the Monday Night Football game, yeah, I mean, he didn't play as good as you would want him to play after suffering that concussion. But, or after suffering the hit to the head by Jordan Hicks, which, by the way, Jordan Hicks is yet to be suspended, to be fined, to be anything like that, which I think is a little odd. They didn't even call a flag during the game when Jordan Hicks straight up speared Brock Purdy in his head. So, the NFL, that's typical of them. They'll call bullshit holds, they'll call bullshit illegal contacts all day long. But, when it's a head-to-head hit that, the NFL so-called can't stress that, can't stress that stuff, enough. There's no fines, there's no flags, nothing's nowhere to be found in terms of, like, players being penalized for it. So, yeah, the refs didn't see it when Jordan Hicks hit him, but still, man, I mean, look at the replay. Why has Jordan Hicks not been fined after knowing that Brock Purdy was in concussion protocol? Likely because of the play that Jordan Hicks hit him in the head. Bullshit by the NFL. Roger Goodell should have been put up for adoption a long time ago. I can't stand that guy. I don't think a lot of NFL fans can stand him. But either way, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, all that matters is Brock Purdy is playing tomorrow and he's healthy and active.